Well, do you know what, we were actually quite honoured to be asked, to be honest, because this is the BRE after all, and obviously a massive brand in the industry. And we really feel at the moment, don't we, that the new focus that the BRE has on conferencing and really getting industry speakers in place, I think is really fantastic, and we wanted to be part of that.
And I think the emphasis on quality is important for us as well. That's what we try to aspire to as a business, and we think it's a very important element in the industry as well. Hopefully it delivers a quality product, so you've got a home that's comfortable, it's a home that it has high levels of natural daylight, and it's one that's a bit more desirable.
And we find as well with a lot of our clients, don't we, that it's often part of their company aspiration. You know, they might have a policy or a strategy as a company, and then this fits in with what they're aiming for as a company. So for our clients and BREs as well, to get that balance between what the consumer's looking for and what the regulations are driving for is often very, very difficult for clients, and we understand that, don't we?
Yeah. And I think one of the other challenges as well is trying to identify, well, what actually does sustainability mean for your particular projects? It varies. Everyone has a different opinion of what sustainability is. And I think it's key to understand, what are you trying to achieve with a build? Get the design team engaged and get them engaged very early on to ensure that what you're working towards can actually be achieved. Well, there are many things, yeah. I think one of the biggest ones from our point of view is the quality of the assessor. If your assessment is inaccurate, well, that's the biggest fault straight away. And then communication with your design team after that. If you're not communicating the assumptions that have been made or ensuring that any of the further detailing is actually being incorporated into assessment, then the process is going to be inaccurate. We are getting involved a lot earlier in the design process, and we're going into a lot more detail. So instead of making assumptions, we're actually doing more in-depth modelling. So that may be in terms of energy strategies. We're actually looking at the design of CHP systems, community heating systems. We're doing that at planning stage when you actually have to rely on a lot of assumptions. Thermal bridging is becoming much more of an influence, and we are investigating that much earlier in the process. It's becoming much more of a prominent service for us, and it's something that clients are now looking to use as potentially a value engineering solution as well. And there's still inconsistency from local authorities to local authorities as to what their requirements are, and that's a challenge, and trying to come to terms with that is difficult for a lot of clients, so we try and make sure that we can engage with local authorities and try and cut through some of the blurb, really.
There's a lot of challenges for developers and architects within London, so there's a whole London plan. We've got sort of the Boris Johnson factor for as long as we have him, and we're seeing one of the trends in terms of carbon offsetting as well. So that's even more of a challenge for developers and architects. They're having to think of a wider issue, let alone just the challenges of whatever it might be that they're designing or developing.
Almost getting into carbon accounting.
Yeah, that's almost the way it's going, yeah.